Happy Halloween, crafters! This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I'm here with a My Creative Time release. All sorts of gingerbread goodness is in this release. You can get 15% off site-wide with the code Suzanne. That discount will end Saturday at 11:59 Pacific Time, 2:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, crafters, this video is part of a YouTube hop, and the winner will get next month's release. There are two chances to win, an Instagram hop and a YouTube hop. So enter both to increase your chances to win. Yay! Also, crafters, if you want to see some of the Christmas in July goodies at My Creative Time, I will link my video here so you can take a look at that. You can get 15% off of all of those goodies as well. Yay! Alrighty, crafters, let's look at all this holiday goodness, but still enjoying the candy and fun of Halloween and the movies too. I love the Halloween movies. Let's get started. This is the entirety of the release, 11 products. There is one paper pad, there's an add-on to the large treat box, a rosette, 2 sets of new bows, gingerbread themed, love that. This is a gingerbread cookie plate, love this. Cocoa mug and stuff, super love this. Hot cocoa add-on to go with the mug, love that too. Sweet ginger Mrs. Claus, plus this little wood plate has my heart. I love this so much. It's a nice grounding feature for all of these goodies. And there's also a fabulous hot cocoa stamp. Notice the fun fonts. You're going to see how much I love it because I had fun with this one. I'm going to talk about all these items now because this collection does a lot of overlapping. So in my examples, I'm not going to go back into each individual thing I pulled out because there's lots of bits just in here. So I'm going to cover what's here and then go into my examples, which brings in a lot of foundation dyes. So this is a great time to use your 15% off because this is 2 thumbs up times 2. Love, 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 love. Okay, crafters, let's start off with this fabulous paper pack, which is called Hot Chocolate Season 2024. 6 by 8.5 inch, 20 sheets, 4 each of 6 designs. This is the fabulous pattern side. This paper pad is like neutrals. There is a pattern side with the gingham and the stripes, and then on the reverse is going to be graphics. Green gingham, blue, pink, red, and then this beautiful chocolate brown. A lot of my examples are brown too because it's hot cocoa and gingerbread. And then look at this striped paper. On the reverse side, you see the graphic? It's ingredients for hot chocolate. Green, blue, pink, red, brown, and then white with brown writing. Isn't that fun and amazing too? Love, 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 love. So that's Hot Chocolate Season. I used it throughout my examples. Up next, let's talk about all the cocoa fun. So the stamp set is called Hot Cocoa Stamps. You get large sentiments, small sentiments, lots of these fun graphics. There is even a hot chocolate recipe. There is hot cocoa and Christmas movies. Love this. There are 9 sets of sentiments here. No coordinating die, so you could use it on a tag, or you can also fussy cut around it. Then there is the hot cocoa mug that's perfect for a lot of this. So good. This hot cocoa mug and stuff die set. The mug is 2.5 inch wide by 2.25 inch tall. This little drop in here, you can take your mug and turn it into a shaker. This little top part is for the liquid in the mug, whether it's hot cocoa, coffee, tea, etc. This piece is another layering, and this layer also has some little stitch detail. Here is whipped topping, marshmallows with marshmallows that layer on top, so you can get a dimensional look. A snowflake, the word hot cocoa, and a heart with a layering piece. Love, 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 love. To go along with your hot cocoa stamp and your mug set, there is the add-on die. This is fun. This is a plate. And what you're going to do is run it once and you're going to get all these bits. You're going to get the solid piece and then this will layer on top. You could use glue or adhesive sheets for this part. Tall candy canes, like if you want to use it as a stir. And then cinnamon sticks. Next, here is my heart right here. I love this wood plate so much. Great idea, Emma. It's a nice grounding element that comes together super cool. This is the bottom of the wood plate. Here is the top layer, then that's the top of the wood. 3¼ inch wide by 1 inch tall. So it's like a dissection of a wood plate that you would use as a coaster to then put the hot cocoa cup on. Or in my case, I also put a gingerbread on top of it because it's just a great place to stand your gingerbread. You can lay out cookies on it. Here are the cookies. Gingerbread cookie plate die. You're going to get 3 standard cookies that you put snowflakes on. Here are 3 gingerbread that you would layer up the gingerbread frosting. Christmas tree cookie base, like a sugar cookie that you would layer up the Christmas tree top part on. And then some bow ties for the little gingers. This is fun too because you just run it once. The little ginger here, roughly 1¼ by 1 inch, okay? Super fun, great accent. Next, Sweet Ginger Mrs. Claus. This style of gingerbread coordinates with the sweet gingerbread person. I am going to be listing and linking everything I'm talking about below. So underneath this, I'll have this set, okay? So you'll get the right one if you don't own it already. There's a whole library of goodies to go along with these gingerbread in all the sizes, small, medium, and the giant size. She is super adorable. She has her little dress, that's her hair, she has her mittens, and then her apron if you want to do an apron. Also new, small scallop ginger bow, medium scallop ginger bow. Fun, fun. This is a layering set. So this is the outer piece, and then this layer is on top. And then here's the tails, and then this is the middle. Same thing over here in the larger size. I will do the measurement on the assembled bow, okay? So small scallop ginger, medium scallop ginger, both fun. Next, there is a new rosette. This one is called the scallop ginger rosette. See the little ginger there? I love this so much. 6 1/8 inch tall, and the height is 1¼ You would put these 2 plates down, so you're going to get both plates. You don't have to cut one plate twice. You just put both of them, cut it, and then use hot glue to glue the ends together, and then put a circle or something in the middle to hold your rosette together. Very easy to work with. Love that. Lastly is the large treat bag add-on die set. This works with this beauty from before. This is the large treat bag die. So the treat bag, when it's fully assembled, is going to be 4 inches wide, 5 inches tall, and the dimension of your bag is 1½ inch. So this was like an open-sided bag. So now Emma went in and created 2 sides for the bag, and you'll see it on my example. This is that 1½ inch depth of your bag, so you can hold a lot in here. Packs of hot cocoa mix, anything tall, lipsticks, and put surprise gifts. This is great for like Secret Santa or just to put candy at somebody's desk. Cookies, fabulous. It comes with its own labels too. So this is a large treat bag add-on, but you would use this with this, and if you have this, thumbs up. This part of it is to turn this into a handle, but you can also just use your crocodile, punch it, and then put in an eyelet, like what I did. You could also use one of those little clothespins, the little small ones. That would be nice, a little decorative element. This is a pocket to put in like a gift card and such. So lots of fun with these two. And I'm glad there's this add-on to just enhance this. And this height is right here too. So whatever you put in there won't fall out. Let's get into my examples, crafters. First up, crafters, I have 2 examples of the hot cocoa mug. One with the whipped topping and then one with the marshmallow. Isn't that fun? Just so fun. And on a lot of my examples, you're going to see this beautiful holly. It's the holly plate die where you get large, medium, and small holly. So I'm using a medium here and a small over here, okay? So you're going to see this as a decorative element just to add that finishing touch on a lot of my examples. So on this one, I actually have it like this as a topper. I could have it as a tag, and I could also put it on an A2 card base or put it on the treat bag, because this is the treat bag. Notice I am into all the browns, pink, the cup is green, and then that's a hint of green, but everything else is just hot cocoa fun. So this is a ephemera piece. I could put it on the front of a treat bag because it comes from the treat bag die set. I didn't want to assign it here because this is really cute. I could put this on a gift bag. That's why I was like, let me not assign it yet. Sometimes I'll do that. When I enjoy making something and I'm not sure where I'm going to use it, I'll stop and just say, okay, when I'm ready. All I did was run the treat bag and then use my trimmer and cut along that embossed line. This layering detail is a pattern paper. And then this part is the gingham. This inner piece is a layering piece from a fabulous set. 3 3/4 by 4 3/4 die. I was going to say it's a large one. It's this one here, cut out in chocolate. And I actually used this twice. Here you're just seeing it looking like a big cookie. Here is the gingerbread rosette in the back, cut out in the pattern paper in the pink gingham. There is the cocoa cup, marshmallows. You see the cookies? Here's that cookie base and a little snowflake. And then here are the 2 gingers. You see how this part is that little layering frosting piece and then the little bow tie. It's not fun. And then here is the Christmas tree cookie. Here is the cinnamon from the candy cane set. Isn't that fun? Just so fun. And of course, grounded on my wood plate. So this is the first time I made the wood plate. Look how gorgeous it is, but you're not getting a good representation here because I have so many layers going on. What is giving so much height is a rosette, okay? Whenever you're using a rosette, just know you're going to get a lot of height. If I take out this part and just use this with the wood plate and everything here, that's a cute ornament as well. Yeah. Just so much fun. And look how the cup layers up nicely. You can see what's inside, the cocoa, and then all the little marshmallows. And then I love this shade of green. It went well with the pink. So there it is by itself. I really love it like this. But I did bring this just to show you that it can convert into a card and also be put on that treat bag too. Yay. All right, next. This one really focuses on the cup. At least that's what I see first when I look here. So there is a cup in red cardstock. That's the snowflake. In here, I put a little gem. See the little holly accent again, and then the whipped topping. Here, these little bits is the straight piece here from the hot cocoa add-on, and also right here again, the cinnamon stick. Isn't that cute? And then look at the wood plate. So now you're getting a better look at that wood plate. So with the previous example, because I have it popped up so high from here, you're not seeing it as good. And then I also used a different shade of cardstock here. This one is wood grain cardstock with the wood detail. This is just standard cardstock. So you'll see the difference between using wood grain or not. This is by Lawn Fawn. It's a dark brown. I think it's just gorgeous. You see the layers coming in? This is a neutral paper pack too that I'm using for the layers, including that one as well. Skin tone paper pack actually, but it works with this for the wood to give you those different gradient. So you see this piece is right here. This piece is on the top, and then that's the bottom. Layers up super easy. Get your 15%. This one, you won't be disappointed because you can put anything on it. And then the cookies, lay out all your cookies. Cookie, cookie. This one, I use some glossy accent on my little cookie. To finish off this card, I'm using the 5x5 card die layer. I use this piece, and then put it on a 5-inch card base. This part in the pattern paper is the eyelet doily, and I just use that little 3-inch doily. This is a fabulous set too. Works perfectly with all of this holiday fun. You get a 4-inch, 3-inch, and a 2-inch eyelet. Speaking of this die set, My Creative Time has restocked a lot of items. If you decide to shop this weekend and you want to use your 15% off, go through everything. Even from the Halloween release, that's already restocked. Previous release before that is restocked. A lot of things are restocked, okay? So take a look. Some older favorites too, and a lot of the newer ones, okay? So that's the eyelet doily. Love this set. This little tag is from in here, the large treat bag. So you can use this independent of using this or a treat bag. Just have fun. You see how I'm doing a lot of mix, match, and play? You're seeing about 5 or 6 different products here. To punch this, I did use my crocodile. I'll put a link for the crocodile below if you don't have it. It's a fabulous tool. It's a heavy-duty punch. I was using the big bite. I like the big bite. You get a small little punch, and then you also get a big one, and then you can do eyelets, which I'll show you in a minute. Up next, crafters, look at all my chocolate goodness. I am loving this. I love these tags so much. I made it twice. And then look at this other version of the rosette with the bow. I love this brown with the splash of pink. The shades of brown I used here matches very close to that pink pattern paper. It's not just any brown. It's like you kind of have to put them beside each other and go, oh yeah, this works. It's a lighter shade of brown and then this darker chocolate brown that I also inked the edges with some distress ink in ground espresso. But what is the highlight is the stamp set. Look at that. I fell madly in love with the large stamp. So what I did was pull out this set to stamp it on. So I made 2 large tags. This is the tall tag frame die layers, which is what you're seeing on top. And then the outer piece in the lighter brown is the tall tag frame dies, and I'm using both large tags. The largest tag in here is 5¼ inch tall by 3 inches wide. There's also an additional tag, the pretty scallop tall tag, if I wanted to go further. All of this is back in stock. Yay. And then here is the bow. So this is the medium bow. Let's do a measurement on it. Fully assembled, 2¾ inch wide. That's going with the tail. If I go with just the top bow, 2¼ inch wide, 1¼ inch high, okay? Isn't this fun? I think the pattern paper with the bow is so fun. And then you see the little gingerbread accent? The sentiment is stamped and heat embossed in white embossing powder, okay? This is so fun. North Pole original since 1971. Hot cocoa Santa approved. Look how clean this stamped out. Love, love, and embossed well too. I love this. And then I put just a chocolate one here and a pink one here. You see the eyelet? Because I have some brown eyelets. I was so happy to use my brown eyelets. I'm always using white. I think the brown eyelets really just add that touch. This is something that if you want to get eyelets and you see them in stock, buy them as soon as you see them, okay? They go out of stock very quickly, and for the holidays, if your projects want it, this is the time to get it because everybody else wants them too for tags and things like that. I think this is so fun, and I think the bow is a perfect accent. Rosette again, you see the gingerbread. This is on brown cardstock, so you're seeing it a little bit different than the pink you saw before. Here is the gingerbread bow. This is the larger size, the medium. 3¾ inch wide. If it's just the top part of the bow, you're at 2¾ inch wide, and the height 1¾ inch. So you see the difference? And then in the center here, I put the gingerbread. I could have also put that little gingerbread here. And then there is a little candy cane. Here is the same holly plate die, just some greenery on this embellishment piece. It could have gone here on a tag, things like that. Love. My next example is like my favorite example. I adore this card. This card is inspired by Nicole Sfor. She loves to use white StazOn ink on acetate. And when I saw this sentiment, I was like, okay, I'm going to try this again. I had stamped before with StazOn. It didn't come out so well. And then I was worried about my stamp because StazOn can really do a number on your stamps. So you get your StazOn cleaner. And I cleaned this 3 times because I do want to save this wonderful stamp. So I cleaned it very well. But I used my Misty and stamped this a bunch of times. But look how fun this is as a shaker. The only thing I would change with this, I would use 3mm foam in here. So let's talk about what you're seeing on my little cute card. Pattern paper, the holly on 2 ends. See the holly? That holly plate is a fun accent. You've seen it a few times here. The main layers of this card is this one. 3¾ by 4¾ card die. So you get one big die here that runs through your standard die cut machine with the score line in the center. This piece is what is cutting out my little frame. For this scallop layer is their add-on to it, which is the 3¾ by 4¾ card die add-on. I'm using this bit right here. So between these, you could just have layers of fun. In my case, I'm just using it as a shaker layer, put my acetate, then stamped it on with the StazOn, put pattern paper in the back, the reverse of the same brown pattern actually. So on one side is the brown gingham, on the inside is the graphic, and with the graphic, it's muted enough that you can read clearly what it's saying. You know, I was happy about. This is my favorite. Then I shopped my shaker bit stash and found this hot cocoa set. See the cocoa beans, but it's hard to see with the brown versus the brown. But look at all the peppermint and goodies. So love. The only thing I would change, I would go a hair higher in terms of the height to have everything free moving, but still love this card. That's my by far favorite. So love it. So this is a fabulous set to create something like this. When I had die cut this layer, this is the part that popped out that I used over here. Fun. I could have also put gingerbread here. I like the holly leaf accent here. And you notice I'm using different shades of green and different centers. It's a fabulous one. You just run it a few times in different colors. You can store them in craft stacks. That's where I keep it. It's a crafting storage tray. Or you can just put them in a bag. I think it's fabulous. And this shade of green works over here. That shade of green works here. Love this holly plate. Okay, crafters, so for my next example, here is my large treat bag example. You see here with the eyelet, and then I have a ribbon tied through it. So I just punch it and use the eyelet. I think that worked out very well. You see the thickness on the side, and look how clean the bottom is. You see how we're shopping different shades of brown for my examples? Shop your stash and craft cardstock too, but I like the browns here. And then here is the little gingerbread. Here she is as Mrs. Claus. I think she is so fun. Mrs. Claus also goes with the Santa set. So you see the Santa one previously released? Look how fun it is. There we go again with the holly. I tell you, the holly's fabulous. Here we are again with that 5x5 card die set. So love. You saw that same foundation die here. Have fun. Mix, match, play. Now you can do a Mr. and Mrs. Claus together. Earlier, you also saw this version of the giant. Isn't this adorable? I love it. There's this version too. So have fun. I will put links for the Santa and also the giant and the giant Santa too, okay? So you can take a look at all of these. They're just fabulous for your holiday crafting. So for this cutie patootie, her face, I'm using the small and medium ginger face stamp. Love this. Low price point. You use this over and over again to stamp faces on your ginger. Then, of course, the sweet ginger Mrs. Claus and sweet ginger person. And she has on her little Santa outfit. The buttons come from here, okay? And glasses are in here. Then here is the doily die again. Hot chocolate. Look at that. Also from in this set, right there, stamped out on that doily. And then some cookies. Here's the pattern paper in the back with that second layer on the treat bag. When this treat bag came out, I think this is the first time I used it. Look how fun this is. Or maybe the second time. But see, all year round, even summertime. And then here it is, Christmas. And then both of them with gingerbread. Come on, look how fun that is. So love. I still love these colors. This is my Creative Time pattern paper too. I think this is a fabulous set. Now it's enhanced with that side profile. Here I made this before, so now you get even more out of it. I was actually using this as a side. So now Emma made us a side and she brought it up to close it all in. So I love that. For my last example crafters, here she is as Mrs. Claus. Here she is just as Grandma in the kitchen baking. So love this too. There's a little apron. I changed the colorway. Treat bag, A2 card. You could have the same exact thing on both. Look at the fabulous wood plate in a completely different colorway. It's not even being wood now. It's just being ground in gray. But you see how the medium gingerbread can stand on this same wood plate that we would normally put the hot cocoa mug on. Isn't that fun? Tell you, great set. Look at it in gray. Just stand all your characters, stamped images, everything. Here I have that 3-dimensional foam again in glitter. I just wanted to see what she would look like with gray here. Normally it's always white, but I decided to try something different. Bigger holly. There's a smaller holly from the same holly plate. Changed the look on the face with the same stamp set, the ginger stamp. Here is a little candy cane. To finish the card, I came in with the pretty scallop rectangle frame dies. Largest die in here is 4 by 5¼ inch, and you get 3 sizes. So I used 2. Then I just used my trimmer, cut in a drop-in layer using pattern paper. The pattern paper comes from this beautiful basics right here. This is a great one too. I have multiples of that one. I'm about to get multiples of this too when it releases. And then the second layer is this one in white and that same pattern paper in the dark teal. I think the dark teal is a perfect color for this turquoise. And then right here, notice how even the holly leaf is picking up on that color. The sentiment comes from an older set, but a fabulous set nonetheless. This is It's Cookie Season stamp and die set. So it comes with the coordinating dies. Cookie season is here. Lots of fabulous sentiments. Gingerbread cookies that works with what's going on now. If you don't have the space for something this big, but you want something a little bit smaller, this is a great set. Plus this gingerbread, if you stamp and cut it out, you can put it standing here too on this. See? Have lots of fun with this. This is a great collection of goodies. Don't forget, crafters, you can get 15% site-wide. You have until Saturday night, not Sunday, Saturday night. Use the code Suzanne. Also, crafters, don't forget in the description box below to participate in the YouTube hop and in the Instagram hop, where the winners will get next month's release. Just a great fun release, Emma. Love the fun here and love the hot cocoa mug. I want to explore this some more. There's a lot in here that I could just keep on exploring and having fun with. And then I love this grounding element for everything. I know it's a lot of brown, but crafters, I am loving all this chocolate brown goodness. It's all fabulous. All right, crafters, everything will be detailed and linked below. Until the next video. Happy Halloween. If you're going to go trick-or-treating, stay safe, stay crafty, my friends.